Now, I want to talk about a couple things. Of course, we just had John Stavney on, and Dick Gustafson is waiting right here, and we're going to have him on in just a second. This is the Plum TV County Commissioner election special. And in case you guys are wondering, Peter Runyon was on last week, so we are being fair to everybody. Now, I do want to ask you about two issues that I just talked to John about that a lot of people have been talking about, taxes and, of course, affordable housing. And let's start off real quick with the tax issue. Recently, I saw on your signs you've added lower taxes to your campaign signs.
Yes, I did, because some people think that we can't do lower taxes, and I still believe we can. And I also believe that even if it's a little bit, it still is important. You know, I don't want to be the county to be the person that broke the camel, it was a straw that broke the camel's back. Got my metaphors mixed up there. You know, and somebody loses their house. So I think every single taxing entity has to do their job. And I think the county has to show leadership, because we're going into some tough economic times, and this is a time where we need to give as much money back to people as we possibly can.
Now, do you think that we can cut taxes but still provide major programs, some of the things?
Oh, absolutely. We've always provided those major programs, and we've always, people expect to have some tax hike every year. They know the cost of fuel goes up, they know employees need raises, and those are important. But last year the average taxpayer had a 43% tax increase, and that's a pretty big hike. Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't get a 43% pay raise.
No, I didn't either. But I think my boss is in here, so I'm looking for him to see if I can get a 43% raise.
So, you know, if it's going to be tough we have to be fair. And I have a background in healthcare administration where we've been squeezed by Medicare and Medicaid for years, and so I know how to trim the fat and keep the programs and the services up.
Now, how do you plan to touch on your experience as being on town council in Avon for 8 years, going into this race, and if you are elected as Eagle County Commissioner?
Well, I was on the Avon Town Council. I've been off for 2 years, and I think that experience certainly lends something. But I also think my 6 years on the Water District is very important, and it's something that differentiates myself from John. We are facing on the western slope some very tough times with water. As if you drive to the airport in Denver, you can see Aurora wants to continue to expand, and you don't have to look very far to see that they don't have a lot of water in their landscape. And guess where they want to get it? Right here. So I was part of the Eagle River Water and Sanitation District Board. We led the fight to save western slope water from some of the Denver Water Board, and I'm very proud to be part of that, and I'll continue to fight for water.
Now, we live in a very unique area, of course, Eagle County. Unlike really many other areas in the country, resort area, lots of, we want to attract developers, but one issue that I know the county is facing right now, and it's created a lot of discussion, especially within this campaign, is the issue of affordable housing. Something that I guess I really want to talk to you and see about what your plan is as far as your platform goes to tackle this issue.
Well, I have a very comprehensive plan on my website, which is electdebbiebuckley.com. But I'll just touch on a couple of things. One of my issues is we have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars studying affordable housing. And I don't think you have to live here more than 6 months to know that we need to start building affordable housing and stop studying it. And I think there's ways to do that. And I think we need to bring the developers to the tables. I have a developer who came to me. He was actually the 16th baby born in the Vail Valley Medical Center. And he wants to build affordable housing. And he feels like the county is shutting the door to him and not letting him do that and putting up all these obstacles. And he's tired of having his friends move away. And those are the kind of developers that I want to work with, because they have fresh, new, creative ideas. They're really invested in the valley, and I think we can do that if we all work together.
Now, Debbie, I have to ask you the basic question. Why are you seeking this position?
I'm a kind of person who likes sticking up for the little guy. When I went into healthcare administration, I started out as a social worker, and I got very frustrated with that job because when you're a social worker, you have all the problems and none of the power to change anything, and that's why I became a healthcare administrator. And I think that part of my personality is still being seen, because I want to be able to help people. I want to stick up for the little guy. I have no strings attached, so you know, I can be an independent voice for the people.
Now, we only have a little more time, and I want to ask you, we only have a few more days until the election. Everybody's making up their minds. If they haven't made up their mind, they want to hear why should they vote for you, and if you could just look right in the camera and tell them.
Vote for me because I'm going to stick up for you. As I already said, I have no strings attached, and I'm the person who's going to be looking out for you, the working family, and the little guy.
Debbie, thanks so much for joining us today on Plum TV. Appreciate it. Debbie Buckley is running for one of the seats of the Eagle County Commissioner. You can find out more about her on her website, electdebbiebuckley.com. Now keep it here on Channel 16 Plum TV in just a few minutes. I'll be sitting down with Dick Gustafson, and he's also a candidate for Eagle County Commissioner. They are not running against each other, just to clarify.
Right. Thanks.
Keep it here on Channel 16 Plum TV.